What's up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to another post commentary video. This time we're on DN. Haven't done a DN post commentary video in a little while, so nice to get back to that. Haven't had any time to record any IRL duels, but have had some time to get some DN duels in. So we've got some Atlantean Mermails, my main deck at the moment, going up against some Kozmo. Kozmo is becoming a pretty relevant deck at the moment, actually. Now that Pepe has been hindered a bit on the ban list, it's going to give a deck like Kozmo a chance it needs, and the little boost it needs to be able to put itself in the top tier of competitive decks. And with so many new cards they have to work with, and so many utilities that deck has now with Dark Destroyer, Eclipser, Tin Can, Sword Troopers, like all the new stuff. It's very interesting to see how people play the deck. There's a lot of different ways people can play the deck, and it's a lot. I think it's a little more skill-based of a deck now that there's so many cards available to play, and there's so many different ways you can play it, and so many people's builds are so formulated differently. So there's not one set way to play Kozmo at the moment. Like there's a whole bunch of different ways. The deck has access to Infinity, and Dark Destroyer is just a card that is just really good on its own. So very, very relevant deck at the moment, I think. A little more now than it was before. So as you can see there, I brought out Hope Weaver, Spider Shark Dragon, new card that's coming out, Shining Victor, I think. It's going to allow me to bring back that Poseidra back from grave when he call the Haunteds, that damn Dark Destroyer back out to get that free special summon. Yeah, and a lot of builds are playing Call the Haunted right now to get off those extra effects, especially for cards like Dark Destroyer and Slip Rider. Very good interruption plays, because it's just when they're special summoned. So yeah, he's gonna get that Farm Girl out, and once that Farm Girl attacks directly, it's pretty much GG. It's just OTKs for days. So I didn't open up well that game, as you saw. I didn't open up well at all. Double Instant Fusion, bringing back Pike with that Nord and not using its effect. It's just pretty awful. So game 2, I'm going to show you guys actually me siding. I know I don't ever really do that, but I sided 2 Gamma Seal, I sided a Dark Hole and an Undyne, so I just cut down to 1 Undyne, 1 Controller, and I cut down on the Dark Hole because Dark Hole is not really that good against this deck. In fact, I think Kozmo mains Dark Hole just for the purpose of being able to Dark Hole their own field to trigger off effects. So you can see I opened up really, really good. The only thing that's going to slow me down a little bit, keyword being a little, is that anti-spell fragments that he's got face up now. I'll be able to get rid of that momentarily. So Teus will discard Dragoons, adding Gund and Diva. Then we'll go Heavy Infantry into Diva, into Neptibus, one of the best combos the deck has to offer. Gonna add, I believe, Poseidra, I think, and Heavy Infantry. Heavy Infantry is going to pop that anti-spell fragments, get that off the field. Now I've got to figure out a way to clear up space so I can get this Instant Fusion to go off. I'm debating whether or not I should synchro for Herald at this point, because I don't really want to sync for Herald. One, because if I do, it's going to hinder my plays a little bit, and I won't be able to discard stuff from hand, but it will be able to allow me to negate anything he does during battle phase, which I was kind of worried about, him being able to summon out something during battle phase or some weird trap card. But on the summon of Dragoons from Norden, he's going to summon E-Telly and summon out Ghost Ogre, stopping me from being able to tribute off that Neptibus there. Now he debated, I remember afterwards we talked, he said, wonder if he should have activated this a little earlier. Whether it would have made a difference, not too sure. It's up for you guys to interpret. But as you can see, Dweller's going to run over that. Megalo is up by 1,000, plus 500, plus 800. And I know the life points here says he has 800, but we forgot to take into the account the fact that Teus and Neptibus were all boosted by 500 attack points as well, ending the game there. And I remind him right here that's why it's going to cut to game 2, and he'll admit defeat. But still, that Armory Arm play with Dweller and the Mizuchi, a favorite play of mine. I remember somebody told me a while back in the comments that I should try out Armory Arm, and I'm really glad that I'm playing it now, because when you can OTK, and you need to make a level 4 synchro, especially with that common Diva infantry. And with the Neptibus, you don't really have a 5 I go into. So I just go for Armory Arm if need be, or Herald if I've got the Moulin to complement it. But more often than not, it's just a really good card to go into to help OTK. So, yeah. Game 3, Neptibus, shenanigans into Megalo. He's gonna have the Max C. He'll bait out the negation of the Mizuchi with the E-Telly, go for Kozmo Town. Shuffle back, I believe it was a Straw Man. And Straw Man is going to get him an extra card off that mulligan. He'll E-Telly into Farm Girl. Of course, E-Telly isn't once per turn. He'll attack over the Neptibus, get that effect. And he'll run over Megalo, or pop Megalo, and then swing in for 3k with that Dark Destroyer, no problem. Main phase 2, adding back the Farm Girl with Kozmo Town. And now I'm going to get to showcase that awesome side decking as I Gamma Seal away his Dark Destroyer, of course. Dark Destroyer, very, very difficult card. Kozmo, a very, very difficult matchup for Mermails in general, because your main source of removal in Mermails is your infantry and your marksmen. You can't really use infantry on stuff like the big ships because they can't be targeted. Those are the biggest of the worries that you have, because a lot of times Megalo just really can't get over anything, you know, that's bigger than 2400, especially if you don't have access to the equip spell like I don't right now, which is really a problem. So I try to manipulate my plays here. I'll send infantry and Kozmo, or not infantry and Kozmo, infantry and marksman to pop his call and his set. Unfortunately, Call the Haunted destroys the monster when it leaves the field, so he got the effect off of that. And then he's going to end up going battle phase, and it would just end up OTKing me anyways. Now, I don't know if that was the best play I could have made. The Call the Haunted really just won him the game right there, really. The disruption of the plays, basically undoing my whole Gamma Seal thing, and that whole removal of getting that problem card off the field. Yeah, it's gonna spell game over for me there, and partially is me. I'm not really too familiar when it comes to playing against Kozmo, and one thing I really wish I would have had in my extra deck for this video is the Sky Cavalry Centura, or whatever it's called. It's a rank 2 that this deck can play really well. You just go Diva, and you go infantry, and then it's a good turn 1 play instead of Armory Arm, because Armory Arm is not really that great of a turn 1. It's more of a turn 2 if you're going second for that OTK. It helps to spin back the big ships, and it doesn't target, so that's how you get rid of their stuff. It's got 2000 attack. It's a pretty good card. If you guys want to go check that card out after this, you can. It's on DN, as it is on DN. But yeah, that's it for this video. Kozmo will take it 2-1. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. The support is greatly appreciated. And as always, Winter Kills signing out. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.